Hi, my name is Faye and you're watching Mystery Date with a Book. Today we're doing a tag. Are you surprised? Yes. Now, I haven't done a tag in ages. I know. I'm not a big fan of tags, but this one was made by Victoria, what Victoria read, and it's about school days. You know, I'm a primary school teacher. School, you know, when your friend makes a tag about school and you're working in school, you just have to do it. That's how it is, guys. That's how it works. So yeah, we're gonna do a tag. Here we go. Stay with me. First, you get to pick. You don't get to pick anything. Hold on. First, you do first bell, break time. You know, all the things that everyone follows, and then you get to pick a few subjects. Now, I picked 4 subjects. So it makes up 10 questions. Okay, so we have 10 questions overall here. Here we go. With no further ado, here we go. First question, first bell. Tell us about the book that first got you into reading. That is The Princess Diaries by Cabot. I'm not going to be picking up books here because I'm going to be here until forever if I do that. So I'm just going to put up a picture, okay? It's easier. It's fine. It looks professional, kind of. Yeah, just go with it. Okay, so The Princess Diaries. Now, I used to work in a gift shop, and there was a tiny department in that gift shop with books, especially young adult and middle grade books. There were lots of them, and that's what got me back into reading The Princess Diaries. They had the whole selection there of books from The Princess Diaries. It was just brilliant. It's what got me back into reading. As a teenager, I was about 19, maybe 20. So yeah, about 19 or 20. Anyway, I loved The Princess Diaries. I still do. I still follow Cabot on Facebook. Yeah, The Princess Diaries. I love that. I need to reread that series, actually. I need to reread them because I don't think I've read the last one. There was the last book in the series. It came out last year or the year before. I think it was last year. And I haven't read it. So, yeah, I have some work to do. Okay, question number 2. Break time. Which book have you most recently had to take a break from or DNF? Now, that one is Wonderscape by... I don't remember who it's by, but I'm going to put up a picture here. And Wonderscape, it's a middle grade. It was sold to me as a Jumanji kind of adventure, but I don't know what it was. There was something missing in that book. It just didn't grab me at all. It was, I don't know, it was sort of like this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened, and then this happened. It didn't actually flow. Do you know what I mean? I can't really put it into words, but I didn't know how the characters were feeling. I didn't know what they could see sometimes. I didn't know what they looked like sometimes. I'm still confused as what they look like because the descriptions were a bit all over the place. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I'm sorry. No. I'm a big fan of middle grade, but that one, I don't know. I might have to give it a second chance this year. I don't know. But no, I DNF'd it. Okay. Question number 3. Lunchtime. Tell us about your favorite book that features food. Now, I don't really usually read romance, but I read one last year and it was absolutely brilliant. It was the Flatshare by Beth and it was just brilliant. It was brilliant. It's about these 2 people and they share a flat in London, but they never actually meet. So this flat, this apartment, if you're American, it has 1 bedroom. There's 1 bed in the flat. And the guy, he's a doctor. He works in a hospital. So he does night shifts and he sleeps during the day. Now, the girl who's sharing the flat, she works in an office. She works during the day and sleeps at night, you know, like most people do. So they share a flat. They share everything. They share a bed, but they never actually see each other. Because the guy sleeps through the day, the girl sleeps through the night, so they never actually meet. And it's brilliant. It's actually brilliant. I'm gonna have to look up more of her books. Beth O'Leary was a nice surprise for 2020. It was really, really good. Highly recommend it. Okay, question 4. Yeah, question 4. Final bell. Which book have you finished reading most recently? The Way of Kings Part 1. I know it's only Part 1, it's not the whole book, but it's a book, but it's Part 1. By Brandon Sanderson, and it was so good. So good. I love Brandon Sanderson books, but that one was especially good. I cannot wait to get to Part 2 to see what happens next. The first few chapters were a bit confusing. There were too many characters, there was too much going on, a new magic system that I had to wrap my mind around, and yeah. But then, once you get into the story, once you start caring about the characters, you're there. It's so good. It's so good. You have to read it. I know it's a massive chunky boy, but it's worth it. Don't be intimidated by big books, okay? Don't. Like last year, let me show you, one of my favorite books of last year was The Prairie of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. I can't speak, sorry. The Prairie of the Orange Tree, it was one of the biggest books I've ever read, and it's my favorite book of 2020. Like, it's so good. So don't be intimidated by big books. It's fine. They're great. There's more time to enjoy those characters. It's brilliant. Okay, now, homework. Question number 5. Homework. What was the last non-fiction book that you've read and enjoyed? I think that was Becoming by Michelle Obama. I think that was the last non-fiction I read. I really enjoyed it. I listened to it as an audiobook, and oh my goodness, I love that woman so much. Now, I'm not into politics, especially American politics, which nowadays seem a bit crazy. You know, the whole rest of the world is just watching, saying, what the heck is happening over there? But Michelle Obama, Becoming, it was such a great, inspirational book. That's all I'm gonna say. That woman is so intelligent. She's inspirational. That's how I would summarize that book. Inspirational. Okay. Question number 6. Staff room. Tell us about a book that you go to when you need to take a break. Now, whenever I need to take a break, whenever I want a cozy read, something comfortable, nostalgic, and, you know, something that will make me feel like I'm wrapped up in a blanket, that is Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Now, I know there was a whole debate, there was a whole well, shambles, really. There was like almost like a civil war on Twitter in 2020 about the author and what she believes in and what she said and what she did. Now, I'm not really going to go into it because that's not what this video is about. It's just a tag. But I like that world too much. It means too much to me to let the author or anybody else really take that away from me. So I'm not a fan of the author. What she thinks, what she believes, I don't agree with it. I think what she did was wrong, but that doesn't take away my enjoyment of the series. That is a brilliant series, no matter what people say. It's brilliant. It's very nostalgic, and it's close to my heart, and I'm not gonna let her just take it away from me. No. So yeah, like cozy read, something I read whenever I need a break or to take a breath. I read Harry Potter, especially the audiobook. It's narrated by Stephen Fry. It's so good. It's so good. At least the British version is narrated by Stephen Fry. I think the American version is narrated by someone else. I don't know who it is. But oh my goodness, it's so good. It's so comfortable. It's so good. Okay, now subjects. Now you get to pick a few subjects. I picked 4, but you can pick more or less. It's up to you if you're doing this tag. First subject I picked was English. Tell us about one book you studied at school and recommend one book that you would like to add to the curriculum. I have a I have trouble with that word. Curriculum. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Okay, so a book that you studied at school, Les Mis. Now, I have to say, confession time, I didn't really read my school assigned books. I just read a little summary of it and did what I had to do. That was it. I wasn't a big reader back in school, no, because they were always assigning classics and, you know, these really old books that made no sense to me as a teenager. I couldn't relate to any of the characters, so I found reading very hard when I was in school. It just didn't interest me at all. But sometimes a book or two would pop up in the curriculum and I would be like, oh, that's actually an interesting story. So I read the whole book. I only read like 2 or 3 books in high school, really. It was bad. Okay, so a book that stayed with me in school was Les Mis. I can't say that word properly. Les Miserables? Les Miserables? I don't know because I don't speak French. I'm really sorry. But yeah, Les Mis, it was really good. It was about the French Revolution and what's happening there, and there's a whole set of characters, and if you've never heard of Les Mis, then you're missing out. That's all I'm gonna say. Who hasn't heard of that book? Okay, and a book you recommend, or a book you'd like to see added to the curriculum, I'm gonna say The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. Where is it? Where's my copy? Up there. The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas. It's so good. Some people don't relate to it. Some people don't see how realistic it is because they've never been in that situation. Now, being mixed race, I've been on both sides of that racism situation that goes on in the world. Some people consider me black, some people consider me white, so I'm kind of in the middle, you know what I mean? And yeah, I can tell you that story is not as far-fetched as people might think. It's real. Racism happens way more than you think. It happens everywhere. It's not just in the US. So yeah, I might make a whole video about this. I don't know. I should just, you know, I know it's an oldie, but I should probably do a book review or something about that book because it's so important. I want people to read it because it's eye-opening to someone who hasn't been through that. Yeah. That book should be in schools. Okay, next topic we have here is geography. Describe a book that had a strong sense of place or great world building. Brandon Sanderson is really good at building worlds. Now, I'm gonna pick Elantris by Brandon Sanderson. Oh, Elantris right there. And because when I was reading the book, I felt like I was in that story. I could see that little city, that town that they lived in, and it was so vivid. It was brilliant. So yeah, the glowing floating orbs around you, it was brilliant. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Elantris by Brandon Sanderson for that one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, now number 9, PE. Show us the biggest book on your TBR. I'm gonna have to go and look at my TBR books. Hold up just a second. Okay, this is definitely the biggest book on my TBR. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Guys, there's something wrong with me. I cannot say names. I can say title of books, that's fine, but names, I struggle. But yeah, the biggest book on my TBR, The Starless Sea. Oh, that's a chunky boy. And I'm not sure when I'm gonna get to it. It's one of those priority books of the year for me, so I'm gonna have to get to it. Yeah, wish me luck. Okay, now our last question, our last subject for our school tag is drama. Which book do you think has the best ending? Best ending of all time? Okay, I have a tie for this one. It's a tie between The Hero of Ages, the last book in the Mistborn trilogy, or, where is it? Oh, it's down there. Winter in the Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer. Winter was such a good ending. It wrapped up everything so well. And Hero of Ages was also amazing. And it leads on to another series. So it's a tie. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick. Yeah, both of them. Hero of Ages and Winter. That's all. Now I get to tag a few people, and yeah, I'm just gonna tag them down below. If you're not tagged, make yourself tagged, okay? You're tagged just by watching this. You're tagged. Do this tag because it's really, really good. And yeah, I really enjoyed this. It was really good. Thank you, Victoria, for making this tag. It was really, actually, it made me think about books, and yeah, it was good. So if you like this video, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, click the bell, leave a comment. Tell me, what was your favorite subject at school? Did you like math? Did you like English? Did you like PE? What did you like in school? Let me know. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.